Hi Doudou,
Hello,
thank you for being here.
thank you for having me.
You've just come straight from the Rhythm Point boat party.
Yes,
It's the third day of Sunnyside Festival. How was your experience today?
it was really fun actually. I enjoyed it a lot. I came quite, how I say, in a traveled manner because I played slap funk yesterday night. Flew here and after landing went straight to the boat. The boat was waiting for me actually.
Yeah.
We were able to continue also a little bit longer, thankfully. Yeah, it was lovely. Hugo was warming up and everybody was getting into a vibe. I was very freestyling. I didn't have a plan about what I was going to do. But yeah, I just wanted to bring the energy up and make it a sunny, vibey day and also bring appreciation also in it. So I took some moments to make each other feel like we're on a boat, guys. This is amazing.
So do you think you took a different approach, like based on the location that you're in or the environment?
Totally, yeah. With the setting like this, with the weather and the situation on the water, I'm not gonna play dark, interesting, complicated music when we're outside in the sun on the water.
Yeah.
Just want to smile and have fun, but still get into the groove.
Do you still feel like you're a little bit on the water? I usually do.
Actually, the boat was the boat was going.
Yeah.
Everybody was going up and down. It was really funny to have that experience all together, also, like for me and together with the crowd.
And this is actually your second year at Sunnyside Festival. Last year you were here with Slap Funk.
Yeah.
I know you just mentioned you were playing there this morning as well. So this is a collective you've been long associated with now. When did your involvement and residency, shall we say, start with Slap Funk?
It started as a friendship many years ago, 13, 14 years ago. I'm from the same city as where they are from, Utrecht. And I was young and interested and looking into what's going on in this party scene, and I found them. And I just decided to stick around. And we became all friends, and it was all a very bubbly time in that time. It was mostly, Slepping was doing illegal parties only, outside in the woods or in abandoned buildings. So it was a very interesting, adventurous time. Yeah, from that point on, we just always stayed friends and very dedicated to the nightlife and to music and to discovering new music and really being passionate about that. But then I made my own ways. I was studying music management, and for an internship I went to Berlin. Next thing I know, I'm 5 years in and I'm in Berlin. And in the meantime, I would go back to Amsterdam and enjoy with my friends, slap funk and also VBX. But the DJing was a passion of mine, a hobby of mine that I had started already back then, but really for myself, just to enjoy music. I was really a collector and like a little hobbit at home, you know, and enjoying all the music by myself. Silvestro, Samuel Deep, he always knew that I was doing stuff and playing, because I would play, but just for fun. And he mentioned that he would like to have a podcast of me. That was a starting point of motivation to really make something tangible, to make a podcast. It arrived eventually only in 2021. From there on, it just bloomed, basically. We came out of COVID. Slapfunk was doing its steady thing. Yeah, we grew all together, actually. I did many experiences along the way. I went out all the time in many European countries, experienced a lot of different dance floors. So I didn't just stay in Amsterdam. I would party in Paris or in Berlin or go to Romania or the UK. And I've always been very interested and observant about what goes on the dance floor and what makes a dance floor good, what makes a party good. Also small details, you know, from security to toilets to decoration to lighting. I've always been into music. My parents are both musicians and I was a dancer when I was young, in teenage time. I was always dancing, hip hop and street dance, a bit classical, a bit modern. I always like to organize. I'm pretty organized. Like I like to have my agenda and all my stuff and lists and things. So, and I didn't know what to do with studying. I was kind of lost. I had no idea what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then it just popped up one day on Google, like music management in
Okay.
the city where I'm from, on the School of the Arts in Utrecht. And this just clicked. It was like, that's what I'm gonna do.
Nice.
Music and organizing.
Yeah.
That's how it started. And when I finished that study, I also got a job offer to be a booker. I always had this passion of mine of DJing myself. I felt like in a really important decision-making moment. Like, am I going to go this path?
Which direction?
This direction? Because people are also going to know me then as a manager or a booker or whatsoever. And I felt like I wanted to keep the door open for the music, for the artistry, also to be on stage, basically, because that's what I've always liked when I was young. I liked to be on stage, I liked to dance, I liked the entertainment, I liked the show. I then just went on in Berlin and took a restaurant job and just wandered around a little bit, dreaming about, you know, maybe being a DJ or I was always very far ahead. It was not very realistic. I had to work very hard for all my things.
Yeah.
When Berlin felt stuck, I decided to move back to Amsterdam.
Right.
Also with the idea in mind to give DJing an honest chance. I didn't want to grow old and become this lady that's old and thinks about their life and about things that they didn't do, that they didn't try.
Well, you could have done.
And then I just did that. I just gave it a try. I made that podcast. I spoke some words. Everything fell right into place. And also with all the history before, because at that point I had been spending time on dance floors for 13 years and digging music for 13 years and DJing at home by myself or at after parties with friends for around 13 years. So all of that came together. It went quite fast, my career, from when it started to where it went, but I felt ready because of all that I had experienced.
So you made the right decision, I think, with
so.
the direction to choose. Yeah. Great, that's really nice to hear. And as well as DJing, I've seen that you've been sharing music online as well, and you've been creating these Spotify playlists with up to 100 tracks each time, which is very kind of you to be sharing the music. How important do you think it is to share music with the community, but also when do you think it's right to keep sounds to yourself?
The Spotify playlists and also my DJing, they both started from the same point, which was collecting music for myself. I'm a moody, emotional person. I like to be in different moods, and I really like also music to be adaptive to that. Sometimes when I'm really, when I'm pissed or sad or something, I love for a second to just put on a very dramatic classical Mozart, Chopin piece and just listen to it very loud and just be in that emotion, because I feel that the feelings that I'm feeling in that moment resonates with the music. It's like the music understands how I feel. So therefore, I started to make different moods for these playlists and discovering also new music, because all this dubby, trip hop, down tempo was relatively new for me back then. It started around 2015 when I really got introduced to that kind of music, mushroom jazz, and I was really blown away by some of those tracks, the fullness, the voluptuousness of it, and the interesting use of electronical machines also. But yeah, so I made those lists basically really for myself. And then at some point I had this thought, I'm an artist, but for example, I don't produce right now yet. I don't have my own music out. I make podcasts. I put also a lot of work in the podcasts that I make. Bit too much sometimes. I'm an overthinker. I just wanted to give back. I wanted to give something to my community, something that I cannot do with releasing tracks, for example, because I don't produce yet. So I figured that could be a nice way. And also, I'm not the Spotify music. I'm not very secretive about it, because it also I also discovered it just by. Over time, people should know about it. People should also be able to listen to it. It's not like some secretive digged music. So yeah, I was actually quite happy about that. And in the end, I did 2-3 years to get to the point where I am now, that I'm sharing them.
And you mentioned that you're not producing music yet.
Yeah.
So is that plans for the future?
Yeah, definitely. It's a dream of mine to have my own music. My parents are both musicians. They made music. I've always been by nature more into the records and into digging and into listening to other people's music. It's just a real big passion of mine. And I've never been like very technically super skilled or something or interested. It doesn't come very natural to me.
Yeah.
So I really have to sit for it, you know, focus. And it's also, I believe, a thing that's very nicely done together. So over time, I've been meeting with some friends and sitting with some people. I did a course actually in Amsterdam. I had a course as well. I'm making ideas now. I'm just drafting, making sketches, and that's where it is now. I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of dreams. Just need some time.
Yeah.
Which is another thing. It's just mad with the touring. And a lot of time goes also into finding new music, organizing your music, listening to your music, making edits. But yeah, I don't want to sound like excuses.
No. But it's a slow burner, isn't it? You know, you can.
Yeah, but I do honestly feel like for some people it comes really natural
Yeah.
to produce music.
But it's quite different, isn't it? It's a very different art.
Yeah,
They
it's
are
a very
interlinked,
different
but
art.
it's a
It's
very
very
different
different
art. Did you ever find that it held your career as a DJ back? I sometimes see, you know, people make a big tune and then it blows up.
Yeah,
And
you
then
hear that. I was never really so focused on that. I do feel the urge of having my own sound. On the other hand, my sound is pretty various. I've always considered myself not having a sound. I have a certain groove interest. I like a bit of everything because that's how I listened to it when I was earlier. I didn't have to DJ for people. I was not collecting music for that purpose.
Yeah.
So I just collected it all and I just had it in my little iTunes and in all my YouTube playlists and my immense Discogs One list. And I made it my art to combine all these different genres together. What I'm really liking right now is that I'm able to play very different kind of parties. For example, when I go to an Italian club where I have the idea that they have interest in electro music, then I get to explore my slightly electric sounds and I can play that there, you know. But the night before, when I played at a party where they booked me because I'm a slap funk artist, I don't get to play those records. And then the next day I play at a queer party where I play completely something else. And I love this so much right now, my job, that I can get to play these different styles because I have so much of it. But I would love to have my own music as well, my own sound.
Well, we will look forward to it whenever it comes, your music productions. In the meantime, we love your sound. We love the records that you play. And it's been really nice to have you with us today. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the party.
Thank you
Enjoy the
so
rest of
much.
Sunnyside Festival. Thank you.